you're on the clock. You need some wide receiver depth here. You've already locked up your starting two, but you need a little bit of depth here. These are the top options on the board. Tell me who you're going with and tell me why.
I'm going to take the home run swing. I'm going to go for Kadarius Toney here. I think that he has the highest tangible upside of any of these guys. And I know we saw it in a really brief flash last year. I understand the injuries. I understand some of the all-field stuff. I get all of that. And if Kadarius Toney fails, it's not probably because of talent. Because what we saw in a really, really brief stretch, he was only one of 5 wide receivers last year to be targeted on 29% or higher of his routes, and to have over 2 yards per route run. And that list that he is on with these other 5 wide receiver, I mean, it's elite, man. You're talking about Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams, Antonio Brown, players like that are in this same stratosphere as what Kadarius Toney did last year. And I understand, small sample size, but legitimately, who's he competing with targets? Dusty Kenny Golladay, who sadly, is a player that I liked previously, but that type of archetype of contested catch, go up and get it type of wide receiver, you need 2 different things. One, a good quarterback that's willing to sit here and make those types of throws. And number 2, you're going to need some luck, because that type of archetype, when it falls off fast. We've already seen that with Kenny Golladay. So I think there's a real and easy path for Kadarius Toney to just explode this year. So I'll take the home run swing with him. He's the guy that I'll put my hat on for this group, because outside of that, look, I get we saw Hunter Renfrow play well last year. Again, no Darren Waller. He's got Devontae Adams to contend with. You're really hoping for a Darren Waller, and I know I'm not saying we're hoping for injuries, but for the upside scenario of Hunter Renfrow over the next, say, 2 seasons, you need an injury to one of the other top dogs for him to really gravitate back to what we saw last year.
Yeah, I love that call. I'm there with you as far as Toney goes. As you mentioned, those targets per route run last year, finishing ahead of guys like my guy, Deontay Johnson, who came in at 6, Tyreek Hill at 7, Justin Jefferson at 8. So we're really talking about, putting this guy in a category with some real top dogs. Yes, that sample size was little, but I mean, we saw, once again, talent demands targets. And when this guy was on the field and running routes, he was getting those targets, and he's got the wiggle. I really like this kid coming out of Florida this past year. I wasn't as high on him as a prospect, but obviously the Giants were high on him, coming in and giving him the capital that they did give him. And we did get to see a glimpse of maybe what they saw, and it was nice. And Debro mentioned, I mean, the other options there, yes, there's a lot of chefs there in that kitchen, if you will. But as I mentioned, the talent is going to demand the targets. And Kadarius Toney was absolutely electric when they got the ball in his hands. They're going to find a way to do it. Daboll being there, I think, is really going to allow Daniel Jones, if healthy, to take a next step here in his career. Really, he seems like he's fighting for his job at this point. If he comes out and is throwing out bricks this year, this could be the last of Daniel Jones here for the Giants. So I'm hoping he does. I think all Giants really in general at this point, including Saquon Barkley, are all good buys at their given cost. And that's I'm talking best ball, I'm talking redraft, and sure, I'm talking dynasty, because none of these guys that really have any respect on their value at this time. So, even if it doesn't work out, the cost isn't going to be there. So some Giants, go get them. Kadarius Toney, probably my favorite one to buy right now, but Daniel Jones is a sneaky buy this year. Yes, the risk, as I mentioned, is there, but the upside, I think we could talk about it a little bit more.